this computer. Okay. So for the record, so how did we come to this horoscope is you open up Jagannath Hora, you put in the birth details here, and we will go to the city is Nasik. Okay. So December 31st, 1999. So, okay. So here is a look at the horoscope. Okay. So we will analyze this horoscope today. And how do we analyze a horoscope? Okay. So this is the whole horoscope. So it begins with AS. AS is the ascendant, the first house. So what does the first house signify?
Personality.
Personality, correct. Personality, the personality of the person. So there is no planet in the first house, but what is the lord of the first house? Jupiter. So this house is owned by Jupiter, and Jupiter is sitting in the second house. So what is his main personality? He is into finance, but he is sitting with Jupiter. Second house is finances. Second house is also your neck. So good neck, Jupiter. But there is Saturn also. Saturn is debilitated in the second house. And he is Vakra. He is... so basically your first lord is in the second house. Okay. Now what are the other prominent things we see in the horoscope? So 12th house is Mars. So immediately look at that. So 12th house is Mars. So 12th house Mars. Mars in the 8th, 12th house. So Mars is in the 8th and 12th house. Is not very good for marriage. So there is, it's an issue which we will deal with. So now you see 5th house, there is Rahu. You see where the planets are placed. 5th house is Purva Punya. So there is Rahu sitting there. 8th house, there is Moon. 9th house, Venus, which is good. 9th house is spiritual life. So first you look at the prominent things. Where are the planets? So, so Venus is in 9th house. Then one second. I'm just checking on something. So, 5th house is Rahu. 9th house is Venus, which is very good. So you look at the prominent part. 10th house is Sun and Mercury. 11th house is Ketu. 12th house is Mars. So you look at the prominent. See, one thing they say, when planets are spread out like this, one planet in different places, so that means the strength is distributed to many houses. How will we understand which house is good or bad? So let's say a good planet in a good house. So which are the good houses? Which planets are good houses? 1, 4, 5, 7, 10. Yes. So you can keep chatting. I can also know. Yeah. So 1, 4, 5, 9, 10. So these are good houses. So first house, Lagna is in the second house. Looks okay. 4, 2, 3, 4. Fourth house Lord. Where is the fourth house Lord? First Lord in the second house. Second house is still a good house. If first Lord would have been the third house, it would have been a problem. So fourth house. So fourth house is the Lord is Mercury. So Mercury is sitting in seventh house from that house. This is South Indian type. Yes, South Indian type is like this. So 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's 10th house. So fourth Lord is sitting in the 10th house, which is very good. The fourth house. So fifth house, there is Rahu. So that is a problem. What does fifth house deal with? Can you chat in the answers? What does fifth house deal with?
Purva Punya.
Purva Punya. Excellent. What else? Children education. Correct. Spiritual practices to a degree. Children. The main thing. The problem that I have, Lakshmi Narsim Prabhu, you said thinking. So are you thinking of the answer or are you thinking about thinking of the answer? Okay, just a joke. Okay. So fifth house is Purva Punya. Please slow down explanation. Fifth house also of how he thinks. So fifth house is, Bharat Prabhu is a little confused. Okay, so this AS that you see is the first house. Okay, this is the first house. So from there we count all the houses. So when you open a horoscope, wherever it says AS, that is your first house. So from first house, you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth house. So from here, the fifth house is Rahu. So,
Prabhuji,
yes.
the house numbers continuously changes out the Prabhu. Its house numbers will change.
See,
continually.
Once you construct a horoscope, the AS is the first house. Throughout your life, that is your first house. It won't change.
Okay.
Now, for example, if I open up another horoscope, okay, somebody is born right now. Okay, somebody is born in Las Vegas right now, and I open this. Okay, so where is AS? AS is somewhere else now, correct?
Right, Prabhu. Understood.
So wherever moment you are born, the Rashi that is on the eastern horizon, that is Lagna. Okay, so the Rashi that is on the eastern horizon, that is fixed. So for a different person, it is different house. It's not the same. Okay, so I'll just
okay, Prabhu. Good. Yeah, understood.
Yeah, okay. So then we'll go back to Satyashray's horoscope. So when Satyashray was born, I hope I am reciting her name correctly. Correct, right?
Yes, Prabhu, correct. Perfect.
Yeah. So when he was born, his Lagna is in the house of Jupiter, Meen Rashi. So from there, the fifth house is Rahu. So fifth house is Rahu. I have seen they have very good, in North chart, there is also meaning of house. So in South, we only consider signs and grahas. I didn't understand your question. Meaning of the house, yes. So each house is also considered the Lagna, the second house, finances, all those things are there. Plus the planets, they also indicate what that house signifies. So all those things, same thing. It's actually the same reading, but the way the North Indian, see, the North Indian chart is constructed, it's different compared to the South Indian. North Indian is considered like a triangle, like this, right? That's how it is, that's all. The only difference, it is triangle. South Indian, it's like a square, that's all. I find that triangle a little confusing. I find this more easier to see. Because here, for example, I have to see, now when I see here, fourth Lord, Mercury, is sitting in the 10th house. So from Mercury, he is the 7th house. Can you all see my cursor moving? Right, so from Mercury, it is the 7th house. Right? So that's how it works. So, so from Mercury, the seventh house, we are able to see cursor. Yeah, okay. So now fifth house Rahu. So fifth house is children. So when Rahu is sitting in the fifth house of children, what does it indicate? Rahu, whichever house it is, it indicates separation. I have seen those with Rahu. They have their first child, there is a problem. They either get separated from the first child. Usually there is a miscarriage or a death or something like that. So you have to be very cautious. You have to make the parihara for that. You have to make the solution. So wife's horoscope should match. Even if the wife's horoscope matches, many a times it is very, very difficult to actually overcome that karma. So but I have seen people who had fifth house Rahu, they lose their first child. But then I have seen one person who had the same fifth house Rahu, but then what do you call it? Fifth house Rahu, but they had 4 children after that. So they had 4 children after that. There is some background noise. Let me mute everything. Okay, so let me begin the sharing. Okay, so you can unmute yourself from now on. So I just had to mute because there's some background noise. So the fifth house Rahu. So then somebody asked a question, right? So it is, what about fifth house Ketu? Similar experience. So fifth house Ketu is even worse. Rahu means definitely it will affect the kid. Means whatever happens will happen to the kid. But in Ketu, it could happen to the mother or father also. Mostly the mother. It affects the mother. So Rahu, it happens to the kid, and Ketu, it happens to the father. So fifth house, so children, wherever they are. So Rahu, wherever it is, if he is in a bad house, then he gives you a good effect. So if this Rahu was there in the sixth house, I could definitely say he would have had good health, because sixth house is a bad house, but it represents health and debts. But a bad planet in the bad house, it definitely gives you good karma, you know. What is it? If fifth house is empty, then we should consider the lord of the house. So any house it is empty. So like for example, the third house is empty, fourth house is empty. What do you consider the lord of those houses? So third lord is Venus. Third lord is younger brother, communications, younger siblings, communication. So where is the third lord? Third lord is Venus. He is directly seventh house from that. Exactly diagonally seventh house. So he's looking straight at his house. So that is good. Actually, Venus is sitting in Dharmasthana, ninth house. Okay, so Venus is sitting in Dharmasthana, the ninth house. Therefore, Venus is very, very strong. So, I do not know why my charger is not working. Anyway, so Venus is very strong here in the ninth house. So, Dharma. So the next thing we look at, so third house is Venus. So he's sitting in a good house and he's looking at the third house. Means he has good communication. Satyashray Prabhu, do you have good communication?
Yes, Prabhu, somewhat. I have good communication.
So do you think he has good communication the way he's speaking? All of you can say. I think he's very humble and very simple. He sounds correct. So all of you can unmute if you want to just say a word. Okay. All right. The fourth house is mother and house. Okay. Now the fourth house, who is the lord of the fourth house? This fourth house. So we can answer in chat. So what is the fourth house? Who is the lord of the fourth house? This house. I already told. Okay. Now I'm just opening up the chat. Okay. Mercury. Yes. We should consider. If fifth house is empty, so what we should consider? We should see husband, Kulya. If fifth house is empty, you see the lord of that house. For example, now fourth house is empty, but fourth house indicates mother and house. So this fourth house is, what do you call it? This is fourth house is lorded by Mercury. So Mercury is sitting in the in the 10th house, and is looking at the same house there, which is Mercury sitting in a good place actually. Fourth lord in the 10th house, which is good in general. So Mercury denotes your skin also. Mercury is responsible for the skin. Mercury is also responsible for communication, nervous systems. And who is the lord of Mercury? It is Buddha. Buddha is the lord of Mercury. So Mercury is sitting there, and Mercury is looking at its own house. Along, he is sitting with Surya. So now let us look at the strength of the planet. So sometimes when you begin to analyze some planets, so first what you should do is you should look at the strengths. Okay. Now you see here Shad Bala. This is the first thing you see. So best part is Jagannath Hora has all this. So Shad Bala. So what is this Shad Bala? So we each planet. Okay. This Shad Bala. So look at the percentage strength. So which one has the lowest strength that you see?
Saturn.
Saturn, correct? So Saturn is the weakest, right? Bad Shani means he broke some laws in his last life. So Shani is responsible for law. Satyashray Prabhu, do you remember which laws you broke in your last life?
No, bro.
No, okay. All right. So Shani means...
Prabhu, one astrologer, he told me that I was some charitable person in my previous house due to that, something like that. I don't know the authenticity, but he just told me.
Okay. So I can tell you, you are a very rich person, but you took some loans like Vijay Mallya did not give back people. Okay. So that is, but anyway, so let us understand the strengths here. With this, you can understand what you were. Okay. So Saturn is very low actually in strength. So if you see, however, the dasha strength of Saturn is good. Shatbala is weak. So Vimshopaka Bala means during the dasha of that planet, what strength does it give? Okay, so it's 12.1. So above 10 is good. So what is the dasha you are going through right now? So let's see that. Let's see right now. You're undergoing Jupiter dasha right now. Jupiter dasha just started actually after Rahu in 2018. So Jupiter, where is your Jupiter? In second house. So first lord. So Jupiter is your first lord and 10th lord. So it's a good sign. So let us see the strength of Jupiter. So that's what you have to see. What dasha is going through right now. So let us look at the strength of that dasha. Jupiter 138, which is good compared to 100 means pass mark. 138 is good. So where is Jupiter here? 12.4. So above 10 means he'll get a good result during the Jupiter dasha. Okay. Now let us look at this part here, his moon. So with moon, you can understand when he's going through Sadesati, Saturn return. So everybody knows Sadesati, correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
So Sadesati means wherever your moon is, when the Saturn, so now this was when you were born, but the planets keep moving. Okay, now when he was born, Saturn is here, moon is here. Now the Saturn, all the planets keep moving, and after in every house, Saturn sits for 2.5 years. So after he was born, 7.5, 10, 12.5, 15. So almost at the age of 20. So almost Saturn is where? Okay, let's look at the degrees of Saturn. So Saturn is at 16 Aries. So half of it is 1.5. 1.5, no, 1.2. 1.2, 2.5, 3.7, 3.7, 5.7, So when he was born, Saturn is at half of Aries. Okay. So Saturn takes 2.5 years for each house. So 5, 10, 10, 12.5, 12.5 and add 1.25. So at the age of about 14, he started the Sadesati here. So after that, when it goes on top, when this Saturn crosses his moon, because if I open today's horoscope, for example, let me show this to you. So how do we calculate that? So if I show today's horoscope, where is today's horoscope? Here. If I open today's horoscope, okay, so here, so if I open today's horoscope, so today Saturn is here. You see, Saturn and Jupiter are here. So when he was born, the Saturn was there, up here. So it moved consequently, and then it has come here now. So if you see 12 houses, Saturn takes 30 years to complete a full cycle. So after he was born, Saturn moved and is coming here. So where is his moon? His moon is here. So about so about 5 years and then 1 year, 6 years. So about 6 years ago, you went through that Sadesati. So about 5 to 6 years. So about for a 7-year period. So I would say about 4 years are the most difficult in that. So am I correct, Satyashray Prabhu? Did you go through a tough time about 4 or 5 years ago? Huh?
Yes, 6 years ago I was put into a boarding school, and around 4 years I was struggling. Homesickness, and it was tough time.
It was tough time. Okay, see, you were separated from family, correct? And did they torture you in the school also?
Yeah, somewhat bullying and all.
Somewhat bullying. No, tell the truth. No, if it was bad, it's okay.
Yeah, they did.
They did. Okay. So see, so the Sadesati. So that's how you have to see the worst periods in his life. So before this, the Rahu Dasha was also ending and the Moon Dasha. So this is what I'm trying to explain here is you have to consider many factors when you try to explain a horoscope. Okay. So if we see here the Lagna, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 5th house is Rahu, 6th, 7th, 8th house is the moon, which is not a good house for the moon. But consequently, when the Saturn went over the moon, everyone goes through a tough time. Even I went through such a difficult time, it was almost seemed like hell. So everyone goes through tough time. On top of it, if the Dasha is bad, so he was also undergoing. So what Dasha was that? So if you looked at his Dasha, so now his Dasha is Jupiter. But his Dasha at that time, about 5 years ago, around was the Moon Dasha. So Rahu Dasha, Moon Bhukti. So that's pretty bad. So it was like mentally he was very affected and everything. Correct, no, Prabhu? So now you are better, I guess, after the boarding school. Correct?
Yes, bro.
Last 2 years have been better. Correct?
Yeah, amazing.
Okay. So last 2 years is has been Jupiter Dasha. Okay. So last 2 years has been Jupiter Dasha. So that is why Jupiter Dasha, Jupiter is, so look at the strength of Jupiter. So whenever you want to check what effect that Dasha will give, you see Dwadasha Vargiya Bala, Jupiter is high. Pancha Vargiya Bala, Jupiter is high. Jupiter is 138 in Shadbala. Then Jupiter is 12.4 in Vimsho Pakabala. So it is giving very good effect. Jupiter is knowledge. Jupiter is dharma. Jupiter is spirituality. So Jupiter is giving him a very good effect. So he's undergoing Jupiter Dasha for how long? Each Dasha, you have to look at the time frame. So if you see Rahu Dasha is 18 years, Jupiter Dasha is 16 years. So for the next 16 years, he is going to eat nice idli, vada and sambar. Enjoy life. Correct? Yes, Prabhu, you are happy today?
So actually, 2 years back only I got strong association of devotees in Chennai.
See, Jupiter Dasha made him devotee. Because Jupiter is well placed in his horoscope. Where? In his second house. Artha. the gain of, so what was his gain? Devotees. And Jupiter is also looking at his moon. Jupiter is also looking at the moon. So when Jupiter Dasha got activated, he activated the moon also. It activated the moon. It activated the mind towards spirituality. So the effect of, so when the Dasha becomes activated of a planet, so planetary Dashas are important. So whatever is your horoscope, but right now what Dasha you are going through, that is important. That is important. So whatever Dasha you are going through, that gives you the important and the best effects, so to speak. All right. Then that is the 5th house. Then 6th house deals with enemies. 6th house deals with friends. And 6th house deals with the disease. So who's the lord of 6th house here? 6th house? Surya, sun. So where is sun sitting? 6th lord is sitting in 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th house with Mercury. Is it good or bad? 6th lord, the lord of a bad house is sitting in a good house. Is it good or bad?
Bad, most probably.
It is bad. Because the lord of a bad house, if the 6th lord is sitting in a bad house, say the 3rd house, 8th house, 12th house, then it's good. But the bad lord is sitting in a good house. So it was sitting in a good house. So that's the main thing. So when it sits in a good house, that's where the problem comes about. So a bad 6th house is the bad house. So the lord of a bad house sitting in a good house. So sun is somewhat not so well placed. However, sun in the 10th house. So what does sun indicate? Sun is royal planet. Sun indicates fire. So you have a fire and a passion for work, kind of a leadership interest. So let's look at the strength of sun here. So what is the strength of the sun? Is it good or bad? 163, ayyo, very strong. But in the Vimshopaka Dasha, but that doesn't matter right now, because what matters now is the Shadbala, because he's not undergoing Surya Dasha. So the strength of Surya matters. So it is 163, which is very, very good actually.
True, but leadership qualities are not there within me.
So that is because sun is in a bad house. So what it means is Shadbala, the Shadbala gives you that sun is not so bad, frankly speaking. Not bad as it seems. So what should you... So even if you do not have leadership qualities, sun is strong in your horoscope. But like I said, it is the lord of a bad house. So what it means is you have a potential, but because if it's the lord of a bad house, it is not giving you the full effect. 6th lord sitting in the 10th house means the thing is you have a potential, but it is somewhat hidden. So it is because of physical weakness. By your voice, I can see that you need some strength, right?
Yes, even by video, Prabhu.
Huh?
Yeah, even by seeing my video, anybody will understand it.
Anybody? I'm not seeing your video. Let me see. Okay, yeah. So you are with the specs, correct? Yeah. Okay. So what it means basically is that you need to build up physical strength. So Surya relates to the Surya is revealed. Surya relates to Surya Narayana. Okay. Surya, the sun, relates to Surya Narayana. He's a royal planet. He's a royal planet. And because he is a royal planet, he's a wonderful planet. He uh, he is, but because of the bad placement. So, what do you think is the solution to this?
Surya Namaskar.
Ah, perfect. So because you are physically not that strong to get, because it is in the house of, because he is the lord of disease, he is sitting in your job house. So the thing is that disease effect is there. He is the lord of a bad house sitting in a good house. So that is why the effect is negative. So how do you change that effect? Right? On top of it, it is also sitting with Mercury. Mercury means weak nervous system. Okay. So what should you do from tomorrow to improve this? You have to sign up for my Surya Namaskar class. Okay. So the thing is, Surya Narayana, he deals with Gayatri Mantra. He deals with leadership qualities. He deals with royal qualities. He deals with also the strength. Okay. Leadership means you need strength. Okay. So Bharat Daveji is asking, how is Meena Lagna? So Meena Lagna means you see AS, ascendant. So wherever the ascendant is, that is the first house. That is called as the Lagna. Okay. So in this way, we will find that all the planets, they, wherever they are placed, whichever they are the lord of, which house they are lord of. So in general, if a lord of a good house is placed in a good house, it's a good effect. If the lord of a bad house is placed in a good house, it is still bad effect. But the lord of a bad house is sitting in a bad house, then it becomes bad becomes good. So for example, if this sixth lord Surya was sitting in 8th house, then it would have been good. Or the 12th house, it would have been very good for spirituality. So this weakness, so this is, however, this indicates something. So sixth lord deals with health. So he's sitting in the 10th. So your job will be affected by your physical, your leadership in your job is affected by your physical appearance, your physical strength. So you need to work towards your physical strength. And especially I can see you also have specs. So when did you get that?
I got this when I was in 7th standard.
So yeah, so Surya also indicates ability to, Surya also gives you ability to recognize. So consequently the eyesight is low. So ability to recognize. So people can cheat you actually. So you have to be very, they have cheated you. Okay, you're shaking your head.
Vulnerable.
Yeah, generally they cheat, but you have a, what happens is when sun is badly placed, people keep a lot of faith and they are not able to develop qualities, in the sense recognize others. So So anyways, so that is how we, so we realize here that now let's look at other planets. Seventh house. So the most important, the marriage house. So which is the lord of the seventh house here? Who is the lord of this house? Who is the lord of this house? Anyone?
Venus.
Mercury. Lakshmi Narasimha Prabhu got it right. I was hoping Naika would get it right, but okay. So the Lakshmi Narasimha Prabhu got it. So it's Mercury. So where is Mercury sitting? The seventh lord, where is he sitting? Seventh lord, Mercury, is sitting in which house?
10th house.
10th house. 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th house. Correct? And where is he sitting with? Whom is he sitting with?
Sun.
Surya. Right? Now Surya is 6th house. 6th lord. Correct. And what is the strength of Mercury? 91. So Mercury is not very strong. Although Mercury is in a good house, he is the 4th lord in the 10th house. It's a good house, but Mercury is not very strong. Okay? So Mercury is not very strong. So you look at Mercury, Dasha also it is weak. So that means Surya is also not well placed. So Mercury, the lord of the marriage house, is associated with a not so good planet. Actually, Sun is not a good planet. Sun, Moon are not good planet for marriages. So since Sun is functionally malign, does it then combust Mercury if they are close? Yes, that is also the thing. That's why Mercury is weak. When the Sun comes very close to any planet, he combusts the planet. The effect is low. So there is a planetary war. So consequently, you see, Mercury is weaker. So that raises a question. So that means he has to do a lot of solutions to get a good marriage, right? So so the physical weakness, does that mean bad communication? Yes, Mercury indicates communication, and Mercury, although it is in a good place. So the thing is, Mercury is not very bad, but he's a little weak. Sun is strong, but he is badly placed. So that is the difference. So difference between the sun is strong, but he is badly placed. Mercury is weak, but he is placed well. But he is weak. He is placed properly, but he is weak. It's just like I'm in the right place, but I don't have enough money, something like that. Sun is in the wrong place. He has enough money, he has enough strength, but he's in the wrong place. So that's why the strength aspect is hidden. So what should you do for a good marriage then? Satyashray, what is the solution? What do we do? You join the ashram full time, right? No marriage, no. No, what you can do, basically here it means is, one good thing we can see is the lord of this house where Mercury is placed is Jupiter, and Jupiter is well placed. Now you are undergoing Jupiter Dasha, right? So you have to do two things here. So Jupiter is well placed. So you are undergoing Jupiter Dasha. And therefore, because Jupiter is well placed, you are undergoing Jupiter Dasha. So you have to strengthen Jupiter. So Jupiter Dasha is going on. So you have to see what is working right now. So Jupiter Dasha is excited, is very strong right now. So your Jupiter is good. So the Jupiter is the lord of your ascendant as well as the 10th house. And he is housing Mercury. So Jupiter is the host for Mercury. Okay, so you have to look at it that way. So Jupiter, that's why the planet, the house, and the lord of that house, all these are very, very important. So Jupiter is actually hosting Mercury. And Jupiter is hosting Mercury. So if you strengthen Jupiter, so how do you strengthen Jupiter? What does Jupiter indicate? Anybody? Learning. Okay. Learning. What else? You are missing the key ingredient that you learn in Krishna consciousness.
Spiritual master.
Huh?
Spiritual master.
Spiritual master. Yes. Guru. So Guru. So you need a proper Guru to guide. So the thing is, because Jupiter Dasha is favorable, so actually if you look at all the devotees' timings, when they entered devotee association, it is a very big revelation. Hmm? So for example, Satyashray, you said that at the beginning of Jupiter Dasha, you came to Krishna consciousness, correct?
No, I didn't come to Krishna consciousness in the beginning. I got a strong association in the beginning of Jupiter Dasha.
You got strong association at the beginning of Jupiter Dasha, correct? Hmm? So Jupiter strengthens the Guru aspect. So you got, see, association of devotees means you get Guru, you get guidance. Yes? So that's what we need to strengthen even more. We need to strengthen the guidance of Guru and devotees. Hmm? So you need the guidance of devotees. So that is important. So therefore, if we take proper guidance of devotees, then Guru, then you can overcome this issue. So the thing is, you need to understand astrology. That's what you are doing with this course. You need to also work on serving the Guru, taking the blessings. So many a times all this is because weakness is because of lack of guidance and some previous karma. So if you work on that, and if you take the blessings of Brahmanas, so usually they say you take blessings of Brahmanas, you feed them personally, you wash their feet, you take, and when they bless you, yes, you will have a good child, you will have a good marriage. When they are happy after you feed them, when you take their blessings, that's when it, especially blessings of a Vaishnava, that's when it really works. Then also you feed the cows, you feed the Brahmanas, you donate. So then you donate things to others. So then also there is a purification of karma. So basically when your mind is purified, so basically it's a certain mindset that gives you a certain physical situation also. Okay. So in this way, of course, I can discuss this at length, but the point we have to understand here is, so we have these 12 houses. So from whatever analysis we have done, for example, the Lagna Lord, Jupiter. So the first Lord is sitting in there is no planet here, he's sitting in the second house. So that's how we analyze. So we look at the strength. Second house is a good house. So the strength of Jupiter is good. So he's giving good results. So financially, he should be okay. Although Saturn is weak, but Jupiter is there. So Satyashray, financially you should be okay, correct?
Actually, this is so perfect, Prabhu. Yeah, financially we are okay, but then I think it's because of Saturn, some extra financial help also we are getting.
Because Jupiter improves whatever is. So first Lord is placed in the second house, financial. So it's in a good place. So because of the Jupiter, Saturn is also debilitated. So he is gained through hard work. Yes, Saturn is, so what is the question? So he gains through hard work. Yes. So when Jupiter Dasha is going on, especially now Jupiter is giving good effect to Saturn, is giving good effect. And you can see, although Saturn is weak, 62, but because of Jupiter presence, so Jupiter can negate all the bad effects of a bad horoscope to a big degree. Is very, very amazing, Jupiter, so to speak. So then the second lord, the financial house. So Jupiter sitting there is already strong. So who is the lord of that house? The second house. This house is Mars. So he's sitting in the 12th house. So Mars is sitting in the 12th house. So 12th house indicates loss, but 12th house also indicates spirituality. So he's spending money for spirituality also. There is, in that sense, it is not like a loss, but Mars is a good sign. But because Jupiter Dasha is going on, things will be better. The third house is communication. So the lord of this house is Venus. He is sitting right in the 7th house. So it's good. Actually, he has a very humble communication, dharmic communication that you see because of the Venus. So fourth house lord is, the fourth house is, where can we find theoretical part of Vimsho Pakabala Shadbala? Is it difficult to understand? Is the first. Yes. So that's why I sent the book. I've already sent the book. And if you Google B.V. Raman, B.V. Raman has a number of books. If you want to read more books, then B.V. Raman is the best. So B.V. Raman is the best. Okay. So then fifth house is Rahu. So fifth lord is Moon. He is sitting in 8th house. So fifth lord in 8th house. So the marriage house, the kids' house is a problem because fifth lord is sitting in 8th house. So he's spending a lot of time in research. Correct, Prabhu? You're spending a lot of time in research.
Yeah, that's how I found your course.
Yeah. Okay. So you're spending a lot of time in research. So research is good, but sometimes you can get stuck with research. You need to stick with one research. Because Rahu is there, it can be wild research also. Okay. Maybe I should move your thing here. How do you move? Okay. So that's how. Okay, I'm losing battery here. Somehow my charger is not working. So anyway, so we have some more time. So then let us see. So fifth house is that. Sixth house is the sixth house is the Lord is Surya. We already discussed he's in the 10th house. Seventh Lord marriage we already discussed is in the 10th house. Eighth Lord is Venus. He's sitting in the 9th house. So eighth Lord is, so his research is into spirituality. Eighth Lord in the 9th house. So eighth house indicates spiritual research, desire for learning deeper knowledge. So moon is sitting there. So the mind is there, but the moon is a little weak, means you need a strong guide. But because of the Jupiter effect, the moon will always find, because of the Jupiter effect, somehow he will find the guru. So that is a good effect. So he's sitting in the 9th house. But 8th Lord sitting in the 9th house. So that's a bit of a problem because 8th house is a bad house, a bad Lord sitting in the good house. But he is also 3rd and 8th Lord sitting in the 9th house, which is bad in one sense, but because 3rd and 8th Lord are bad houses sitting in a good house. So dharma. But because it is Venus, again, so Venus can still have good effect. So we have to see that Venus' strength is very good, 106. And during its dasha, it will give a good effect. But in general, because of the Jupiter dasha, the negative effect is gone now because Jupiter is looking at the 8th house, 8th Lord. So for the next 16 years, as long as Jupiter is strong, if Satyashray strengthens his spiritual life, that is the best time. See, one Jupiter who is very strong, he is giving all good effects here. So Jupiter dasha, it is the best time. So 9th house is Venus, 10th house is Sun and Mercury. The lord of this house is Jupiter again. So Jupiter is sitting in the 2nd house. So one Jupiter is actually holding the whole horoscope together. He's the lord of the marriage house. He is sitting in this house, So all lot of good things are coming up here, So we have to realize. So the 11th house is Ketu. Hmm? The lord of this is Shani. He's sitting in the second house. Okay, he's sitting in the second house. So 11th lord sitting in the second house, which is good. That's why Saturn is getting benefit, because he's the 11th lord. So 11th lord is that of some extra profits. Okay. And then there is the 12th house. So 12th house is Mars. And that's also a certain Mangal indication. That also indicates not such a good marriage, you know. Mm. And Mars, yeah. And then the Lagna Lord, then the Lagna Lord is Jupiter itself. So that would be an overall look at it. That is the first thing that you see. If you can digest this much for today, I think it's a, if you have to look at this video a few times. And because I have given with a practical example, you should be able to understand it very easily. Hmm. So any other questions or comments? 10th house is marriage house. I thought it's the 7th. 10th house is job. But the thing is, the lord of marriage, that is Mercury, the lord of 7th house, is sitting in the 10th house. So that's why it is tied up there. It's interrelated. Hmm. Yeah. Okay, so we will, today's session pretty much, I mean, I think it's a lot crunched in one. So I will upload this video right away. So you go through it again and again, right? You have this example. If you have a Windows computer, you download this Jagannath Hora software, you open this up, and you can watch this. If you don't have a Windows computer, buy one. It is worth it. And get this Jagannath Hora software and work on it. In the beginning, you told Saturn is debilitated. Then how it is giving good effect? Yes. So Saturn. So the thing here is because of the Jupiter Dasha. So he is sitting with the Jupiter. So what happens is debilitation is cancelled by many different effects. One of the ways debilitation is cancelled is by Jupiter Drishti. Now your point is Jupiter is strong. Jupiter is your Lagna and Jupiter Drashti is there. Jupiter Dasha is activated. So put all these together. So Saturn is giving you good effect right now till the Jupiter Dasha is over. Okay. So does that answer, Satyashray? Correct? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu. And what about after Jupiter Dasha?
What about after Jupiter Dasha? So what you do in Jupiter Dasha is what matters. What happens after Jupiter Dasha? Okay. So if you do good, if you make use of good, then comes Saturn Dasha. Then comes Saturn Dasha. Now Jupiter is affecting Saturn. Then Saturn will affect Jupiter. You understand what I'm saying? So this is your time to do Surya Namaskara, everything, you know, to study, to understand spirituality, to practice, to holistically improve yourself. Now, whatever you do now will the result will come in the next Dasha, Saturn Dasha. So now Jupiter is giving good effect to Saturn. Now then Saturn will be activated. Now all the weaknesses of Saturn will be revealed. So if you do not keep your good health right now, if you do not take good decisions right now, all of a sudden Saturn Dasha, all those bad effects will begin to show. Right? So you have to strengthen yourself in Jupiter Dasha. This is the most important. Okay?
Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay. All right. So I will, from my side, I will end here. So until and unless somebody has questions. So Moon and Mars in 12th house. What happened? So Moon and Mars. There's no Mars in the 12th house. Moon in the 12th house. Where is Moon and Mars in the 12th house? So only Mars is in the 12th house. So Bharat, Can I elaborate on the question? I see only Mars in the 12th house. So Mars is the lord of second house and ninth house, sitting in the 12th house, which is very good for spiritual life, and which is very good for spiritual life. If Moon and Mars are together in the 12th house, then it's not good for very marriage. If it's a general combination you are asking, yes, if Moon and Mars are together in the 12th house, it's not good for marriage. Anyway, it's not good for marriage. Okay, you need to do some solution for that. Okay.
Bro, I have another question.
Uh-huh.
Bro, you told there will be some grihastha life problem, marriage problem. So do you suggest joining ashram in my case?
No. So your problem will be there everywhere. So the point here is you have to make the solution. It is just like I'm joining a company. I'm joining the military. Okay, but I have weak arms, so to speak. So, but I really have a desire to join the military. So what do? You strengthen your arms. Okay. So subdashas are also important to answer Naika's question. What are the effects of Rahu Dasha and Ketu Dasha? Depends on the placement of Rahu and Ketu. If Rahu is placed in a proper house, then it's fine. Otherwise, it's not. So Satyashray, so frankly speaking, you have Jupiter Dasha activated. That one Jupiter can solve so many problems. And your marriage Lord Mercury is sitting in the house of Jupiter. I told you the solution. You have to strengthen Jupiter. You have to strengthen your spiritual understanding. You have to also physically strengthen yourself. If you do these two, then you will get a good wife. Then the marriage will be good.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes.
How to check the marriage horoscope in this Jagannath Hora Prabhu? How to check?
Check, no, you don't. There is no separate marriage horoscope. You have to just look at the 7th house. 7th house from the Lagna and 7th house from the moon. And Satyashray, by the way, from the moon, the 7th house is Jupiter. Okay. Huh? Do you see? From the moon, the 7th house is Jupiter.
Yes,
So you look at the horoscope in two ways. So moon, because Jupiter is in the 7th house from the moon. So if you practice strong spirituality, then you can get a very good Brahminical, spiritually inclined girl. That will be good for your marriage. So you have to work a little more for that. Okay.
And bro, regarding the previous question I asked, I did not mean that totally shifting into ashram just to escape marriage. I meant that if I take some training in ashram, then it will be good for my future marriage like that. Training in ashram, not fully joining ashram.
Yeah, definitely you need strength, but the thing is you have to plan it out. That I'm going there for training and coming back. That I'm getting trained there and coming back. So you have to plan it out. That's the thing. So now Jupiter Dasha is going on. You should really work on strengthening yourself spiritually, physically, and then plan out a proper marriage. Okay? Okay. Bharatji asked me how to check horoscope matching. So the thing here is I don't do you can do here. So there is one option where you can check the stars here. And if you press this sign. But I usually don't do that. I check each horoscope individually. The full horoscope I read. Then I match the horoscopes. Okay. I don't just match some numbers. Does Goseva help in removing negative effect of planets? Definitely it helps. If Rahu and Jupiter in same house, then what are the remedies? Rahu and Jupiter same house. It depends on the strength of Jupiter. So we cannot say are in the 4th. So if Rahu is in the 4th, the lord of Rahu is Varaha, Bhu Varaha. So you should worship Bhu Varaha. Okay, so you should worship Bhuvara like that. So that is why I gave the 10 avatars right in the beginning. So we worship the avatars of Krishna. Basically, if you remember all the 10 avatars every morning, it's nothing. That is the best thing you can do. Reading Mars problem, worshipping Narsim and Kavacha Stotra. Yes, definitely it helps. Definitely it helps. Should do. For Narsimha, for Mars, Narsimha Kavacham is very, very important. Okay. All right. So I'm almost out of battery, and my charger is in the. I don't know why my charger is not charging, but I'll try to fix it. But anyway, it's I think it's been a very good session. We've been able to read. So we can do one more next week. So tomorrow is International Yoga Day. So tomorrow I'm very busy with the International Yoga Day. So no, on Sunday. So tomorrow is also a lot of programs. So we will do again next week. So because we missed one, I was planning to have 4 classes so today is the 3rd one. So what I will do is I'll extend it by 1 more class. Okay. So we will have 1 more class next Friday.